Another successful season last season. I think it's strange to say that after losing the playoff final again. But no, listen, last season was really good. We were bitterly disappointed not to get top three, and obviously disappointed to lose the playoff final. But as a team and on a personal note, it was probably my best season here and in my career so far. So I'm hoping for a little bit better this year.
And what elements of your game would you say you've improved on the most?
I reckon I'd say my defending's got a lot better. I've had to defend more 1v1 situations being a fullback as opposed to being a centre half. It's a little bit of a different game out wide. You haven't got players on the outside of you, you only got players on the inside of you. So I've done a little bit of work on that over the last two and a bit years that I've been here. I think my quality on the ball and delivery forward has improved playing as a fullback, and I always think there's more room for improvement, but I think they're the two areas that I've improved on.
You're one of the few players that went through the Wembley experience twice. How do you put that behind you and look forward?
It's difficult. It's difficult to forget about what happened the last two seasons. It was a bit. We've had loads of conversations about the two playoff semi-final legs and stay scoring last minute and us beating Lincoln 3-1 at home. It was two different feelings because obviously we were bottom of the league in the first season before Christmas, and we were hoping to get top three. So last season it was a little bit tougher. I thought we fancied ourselves big time to get top three, and we didn't. So we were a bit disappointed with that. Going into the playoffs, got to the playoff final, and we weren't ourselves at Wembley. Everybody knows that we didn't really perform up to our standards that we had previously in the semi-finals and in the league. So it's difficult, but I think we have to put it behind us, and we've started fantastically so far in the first two games, and hopefully it starts again on Tuesday and Saturday.
Is the fact that it is a new era at the club, has that helped you move forward and look forward?
Yeah, I think it has. I think it helps you on a positive note, like new faces coming in with a little bit of a spring in their steps and trying to impress and so-called being a little bit busy and stuff. But I think Matty's been here. He knows what we're like. He knows what we like, and we don't what we don't like, and we know what he's like. So it always helps, and it's always good to bring in new faces and see where. Use their experience and help you, give you little bits of advice and stuff and whatever. So it is good to bring new faces in and keep a few old faces at the same time.
What do you like about working under Matt so far?
I think what I like about Matty is it's just black and white. Either he tells you this, you need to do this and to do that. It's just structured. He knows what you're good at, and he knows how we can get the best out of you. And listen, Matty's been here the last couple of years as a coach, and he stepped up to manager. So listen, we know what he's like and how he likes to play football. So
the coaching staff, how have you found working under them?
Yeah, Eric, Chris Wheel, Andrew Wiseman, they've all come in, and they're all nice blokes. They have a lot of experience in football, and it's good to get the insight and little tips and things like that off people that you haven't been around, you haven't really met before. And listen, it's always going to be a bit of a culture shock from the old staff leaving. They've been here so long, so it's always going to take a bit of time to settle down and get used to the way people work. But so far, listen, it's been really good and positive.
Penalties. How much do you enjoy the responsibility?
Surprisingly, I do enjoy it. I like the pressure. But before I take a penalty, I don't really know what minute of the game it is. And I think I remember Forest Green, it was late on in the game in the FA Cup. I didn't really know what time it was, and I think it was like late 70s, maybe early 80 minutes. That was to get to 1-1, I think. And on Saturday it was 43rd minute, so it's kind of crucial minutes of the game, and I don't really realise that, but no, listen, I really enjoy the pressure, and I think I strive on it.
That's 10 City goals so far for you. I bet that's something you want to keen to add.
Yeah, I was delighted to even get one. Never mind 10. I didn't really see myself scoring 5 or even 10 or whatever. So it's not really. Well, it is a part of my game now because I've been taking penalties, so I am looking to score as many as I can. But before that, I wasn't really bothered about scoring goals. It was more clean sheets. But I think now it's more about assisting, sticking one on Jaden's head and scoring penalties. So I think more the merrier.
Last season, it was notable how many defensive injuries that City had, but with you probably as the exception. How key do you think it is to have a settled backfield? Yeah,
I think for the last 2 seasons that I've been here, we haven't really had a back four that have played 35-40 games together. It's been chopping and changing every 2-3 games, so it's been tough to kind of get a settled back four and a back five together. I remember my debut away to Blackpool, me and Troy played centre half, Jordan Moore Taylor played left back, and Woody played right back. So it was a bit all over the shop, and it ended up being the opposite way around and that. So I think it's important this year to keep a settled back four and five, including the goalkeeper.
And Aaron Martin has come into the defence as well. How are you enjoying playing alongside him? Because the defence looks very assured so far.
Yeah, no, Aaron's experienced player. He's a big lad. He's played at a high level. He's come in and he's been very positive, and I think he's enjoyed. We haven't had the easiest of starts. Listen, Morecambe had a big striker, and at the start, it's the first game of the season as well. Carlisle, it wasn't easy, so I think he's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying playing beside a new player that I've never played beside, and I'm truly enjoying it. Yeah.
And if we look at the 2 league matches we've had so far, what are your reflections on those matches now you've come through them?
Listen, 2 results. We would have liked to get a clean sheet in the first home game. We scored decent goals, and I think when we needed to defend our box, we've defended our box. We work a lot on that, defending our boxes and attacking the opposite box. So I think the first game of the season was a good result. We held on, we done well, we defended well. And listen, we travelled up to Morecambe and we got a clean sheet and scored 2 good goals. So I think it's been a good start.
Matt said, although he was pleased with the result, he thought there was a bit more in the locker in terms of performance. How much do you agree with that? And do you think the nightmare journey had a bit of an influence? Yeah, I think Friday was an absolute nightmare. It took us 9 hours to get up there with traffic, so I think it had a little bit of effect on our start. Listen, we weren't at the races on Saturday for majority of the game. I think we showed our quality at some times on Saturday, and listen, if we can win 2-0 and keep a clean sheet when we're not nowhere near our best, then I think all good teams win when they're not playing their best. So there's a lot to look forward to at the club at the moment with the new stand, new manager, etc. Does that excite you as players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think obviously the new manager is in, new staff, the new stand. It's taking its time, but I think sooner the better it gets up and we get more fans in the door and better atmosphere. Listen, everybody wants to play in front of big crowds and stuff, so I think the new changing rooms is a big plus, and it attracts new players. If you want to sign new players and bring so-called bigger players or big hitters down, listen, you only have to go to the stadium and the facilities here and stuff, so as a footballer you want to work at the best facilities, so I think it's only going to be positive.